Silence is more powerful than noise. Those who speak less observe more and control the game. 1. Judgment. This law is one of the simplest yet most powerful strategies of power and influence. Robert Greene explains that speaking too much makes you appear weak and ordinary, while speaking less makes you appear mysterious, controlled, and powerful. When you talk more than necessary, mistakes slip out, secrets are revealed, people start taking your words less seriously. You become predictable. Others can easily understand what you are thinking and planning. But when you speak less, people give more weight to every word you say. They fill in the silence themselves and assume you are more intelligent. You become mysterious, and mystery is a symbol of power. Greene's core idea is simple. Powerful people impress because they speak less. Silence creates fear, respect, and authority. 2. Transgression of the law. Here, a classic historical example shows the danger of speaking too much. During the reign of Tarquin the Proud, the last king of ancient Rome, a messenger arrived with news. He told the king that his son was planning to take control of a nearby city called Gabi. The king was asked what should be done next. The messenger began a long speech. He discussed different options. He gave advice. He explained possible strategies. The king remained silent. Suddenly, the king walked into his garden. Without saying a word, he cut off the heads of the tallest and most beautiful flowers with his sword. Then he quietly returned. The messenger was confused, but when he returned to the king's son and described what he had seen, the son immediately understood the message. The meaning was clear. Eliminate the most powerful and influential people in the city. The son followed this instruction and successfully took control of Gabi. If the king had given a long explanation, the messenger could have misunderstood it or leaked the plan to enemies. But by saying nothing, the message remained clear, secure, and powerful. This example proves one thing: speaking too much makes you weak and ineffective. Speaking less strengthens your power. 3. Observance of the law. Robert Greene presents King Louis XIV of France, known as the Sun King, as the perfect living example of this law. Louis XIV often sat silently for hours in his court. Courtiers, ministers, and ambassadors spoke at length. They explained their plans. They offered advice. Sometimes they even made mistakes. The king only listened. His face remained expressionless, like stone. When he finally spoke, it was usually only one or two short phrases. Je verrai. I will see. Nous verrons. We shall see. Sometimes just a slight nod of the head. These few words were enough to shake the entire court. No one ever knew what the king was truly thinking. No one knew what decision he would make. As a result, courtiers gave extreme importance to every word he spoke. They began guessing, analyzing, and restraining themselves. They became cautious and careful. The king appeared mysterious and unreachable, and this mystery increased his authority and power. During Louis XIV's 72-year reign, one of the longest in history, silence was his greatest weapon. People called him the Sun King for this very reason. He spoke little, but when he did, his words shone like the sun. 4. Keys to power. This section explains the psychological and practical depth of the law. Psychological principle. Human beings naturally want to fill empty spaces. When you speak less, people begin creating stories about you in their minds. They assume you are more intelligent, more thoughtful, and more powerful. When you speak too much, you appear ordinary and weak. Secrets slip out. Mistakes become visible. Silence protects power. More historical examples. In ancient China, the philosopher Confucius spoke very little. That is why his words have been remembered for centuries. In American politics, Calvin Coolidge was called Silent Cal because he rarely spoke. People considered him serious and authoritative. In one competition, one person delivered a long speech, while the other won with a single sentence. Less words, more impact. Practical techniques and advice. Speak less, listen more. In meetings, stay quiet. Others will continue talking and reveal their thoughts and weaknesses. When you do speak, be brief and clear. Use strong, direct words. Turn silence into a weapon. In arguments, remain silent. Let the other person speak out of anger. They will defeat themselves. Create boredom intentionally. Appear ordinary and uninteresting. Lower expectations. Then strike suddenly. Increase the weight of your words. The less you speak, the more people remember what you say. Green summarizes this law clearly. Power lives in silence. The one who controls speaks less. Everyone else speaks more. 5. Image, the chess master. The image of this law is a chess master. A true chess master can sit in silence for hours. He makes a move and says nothing. His face reveals nothing. The opponent, surrounded by silence, becomes nervous. He starts guessing. He rushes his moves. He makes mistakes. The master wins, not by talking, but by letting silence create pressure. This image teaches a simple truth. The less you speak, the more control you gain. Silence turns confusion into your weapon. 6. Reversal. When breaking the rule works. Robert Greene explains that this law should be followed almost always. But in rare situations, breaking it can serve power. First, when you want to confuse or exhaust your opponent, you speak too much on purpose. Long stories, useless details, endless explanations. The opponent loses focus, and while they are tired, you move silently. Second, when you want to appear harmless, by talking too much, you seem weak or foolish. People stop watching you closely, and that's when you act. But Greene warns, this reversal is dangerous. Most of the time, talking too much destroys power. Secrets slip out. Respect fades. The rule remains clear. Silence is safer. Silence is stronger. Ending. Clear stop. This was law number 4. Always say less than necessary. Those who speak less are heard more. Law number 4 ends here. The next law is coming next.